name is Anissa, and welcome to Real Fly Girls Read and my very first Booktube video ever do Mermaid TBR. I am so excited. I think TBRs really have just been like a more recent thing going towards the end of last year for me. And they've actually been working pretty well, so I'm excited to do this one. I have 7 books here that I have chosen, mainly just based off mood reading. Like I have a couple, like a new release, and a couple of authors, like backlists I've been recently diving into, so let's really get into it. I don't have physical copies of any of these books. I do most of my reading on my Books Color Go, and I will have the pictures of the covers inserted somewhere around here. And the first book on my list is Curvy Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. I started dabbling in Danielle Allen's backlist last year, and I'm mad at waited so long. I'm going to say that a lot in this video because I have put off a lot of authors that I shouldn't have. This book came out, did this book come out last year? I don't know if it came out last summer or the summer before that. I have probably most likely last summer. And I've definitely been putting it off. I have a thing about reading like seasonal books out of season, so I would not read a summer book in the fall or winter. I know that's weird, some people don't care, but I do. I care about the vibes. So Curvy Girl Summer is a kind of a friends to lovers between a girl, her name is Aaliyah, and the bartender at her local bar. Aaliyah's approaching her 30th birthday, her family's throwing her a big old party, and they are butting into her love life. They think she's having trouble finding a man because she is bigger. And she's determined to prove them wrong. She lies. She told them that she has a man. She's bringing him to the party. And now she has to find one. So she is jumping into the role of online dating. And as someone who has done that, that's not always great. She's not really having a great time. So the bartender at her favorite bar suggests to her, like, hey, you bring the guys here. That way, you know, if there's any creeps or you need to be saved, I can help you out with that. And this is a slow burn romance between them, becoming like close friends, 2 lovers, and I have been very much into slow burn, which if you would have asked me this like even like 5-6 months ago, that wouldn't have been the case. My tastes have changed, maybe maturing. 30 is coming, maybe I'm into that kind of yearning and much well thought out like writing. I've really been wanting that, which is why it's been so hard for me to pick up books. It's been a slow reading year for me, but the quality that I have been picking up has been stupendous. The second book on this list is called Still Waters by M. Monique. I have never heard of this book. I'm not even sure how it ended up on my to-read list on Goodreads. I know I added it. I'm just not sure where I got it from. I think this is like a double romance. Like there's 2 MMCs and 2 FMCs. I know it surrounds the Steele brothers. There's 2 brothers. There's like a more serious one. I think they're both lawyers. I know one runs like the family firm. So there's a more like serious one, and there's a more like lighthearted. He's like super extroverted, and there are 2 FMCs. One named Janelle who is they're both looking to escape. It is a small town romance. They're looking to escape to the small town. Janelle willingly, and Deja not so much. I don't know why yet. That is just what I know from the synopsis. I hope I don't get overwhelmed. Like this being like a double, like that's 4 POVs. I hope I do not get overwhelmed with 4 POVs. Because 2 solid. 3 would have been a lot. And 4 just sounds daunting. It did hit a 4.59 on Goodreads, but you know you cannot go by that. There are some highly rated books that I absolutely cannot stand. So I cannot trust that at all, but I am hoping so. This is an author I have never read before. So, and I don't know anyone else who has. So I'm really like taking a risk, and it's hopefully rewarding. The third book on my TBR is The Things We Water by Mariana Zapata. And let me tell you about my history with Miss Mariana Zapata. I read, wait for it, a single mom romance, but I think it's her siblings. I don't really remember. It was years ago. Like, she's like raising her siblings. She's moved to a new neighborhood, and it's a romance between her and her neighbor who also runs the boys like softball team. It was so slow burn. Like, it was so slow burn. I don't think they hunched until the epilogue. And I'm pretty sure it was like a 500-page book, if not more. It might have been more. And I gave it 5 stars because it was very well written. But I said I was never going to do that to myself again. I was like, Miss Mariana Zapata, you are not for me. And that had to be like 3 years ago. That had to be like 3-4 years ago. And I am eating my words. Because not only have I read The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, like binged it in 24 hours, gave it 5 stars, but I am now trying to finish today Culty. Like back to back, slow burn, 400+ page books. And I am in love. I told you my reading tastes have changed, and you can see it. You can see it. So this book by Mariana Zapata is a paranormal romance, and I have yet to read a paranormal romance by her. I don't know if she's ever actually written one before. I'd have to see her backlog, but I don't know much from the synopsis. Also, this book comes out this month. It's a new release. I don't know much from the synopsis, other than the main character's name is Nina, and she runs off to a ranch for magical creatures. Is she a magical creature? I don't know. The tagline kind of did say that she's like running there to need help, and that she finds a magical dog. I don't know if the magical dog is like some type of shapeshifter. Maybe it's the MMC. I know that the ranch itself is ran by the MMC, and that he is foreign. That's all we know about it. And I'm going in blindly because I now trust Miss Zapata. Who would have thought? I trust that she knows how to write, and it's going to be good. So, hey, things change. 4th book. Speaking of things changing, the 4th book on my TBR is a wide choose. I don't like wide choose. I can't stand wide choose. Why am I reading a wide choose? I blame Jess from Peace Love Books. I have been watching her for years and years and years, and I have read a lot of books that she's recommended, which has led me to believe that she have not super duper duper different tastes, because we do have some overlap there. She too loves the Mariana Zapata that I am coming to love, but yeah, she loves wide choose. And usually I'm just like, okay, cute. Like when she like recommends or says she loves the wide choose book, but she has not stopped talking about Killer of Mine by Alexis Grace, and she has sold me. Like, she has sold me on this book. It is a wide choose romance between the daughter of a serial killer and 4 FBI agents. I love me a kind of child of a serial killer, like, romance, or even, like, a drama show. And the daughter is trying to fake being a detective to help out the police, and she is discovered. So now that she is being discovered, they are forcing her to work with a group of FBI agents to help find her father. They don't trust her, of course. So this is kind of a dislike to love, enemies to lover situation. And it's her relationship with all of them. I don't know if it's just her dating the 4 of them, or all 5 of them are in some type of relationship. I don't remember if Jess elaborated on that. But yeah, I'm so excited for this. If I end up giving a wide choose a high rating, I don't know what I'll do. And it's a series. Like, this is the first in the series. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. We'll see. Next up on the list is Paladin's Faith by T. Kingfisher. And I am obsessed with this woman, Miss T. Kingfisher. May I call you Ursula? That's her first name. May I call you Ursula? I have been binging her books. I read the first book in the series. What is the name of the series? I don't remember the name of the series, but the first book in the series in December, and I was so sure I didn't like it. I was like, this was slow. I gave it a 3-star. I was like, I don't really, it was alright, like, or whatever. And then for like weeks, I could not stop thinking about the book, and I was like, oh, actually, maybe I really, really liked it. And I bumped it up to the 4-star and picked up the next one in January. I've been struggling with fantasy romance. as a whole. I feel like a lot of them are not really well written. I feel like a lot of them aren't well written. So it's been a struggle. Like, I've been picking up like popular ones. Like I DNF'd Fear the Flames literally just the other day. Couldn't stand it. And I like kind of started to read Metal Singer, but I'm already skeptical. I feel like just a lot of them kind of try too hard to be like, I hate saying this, but like TikTok worthy, like, you know how, what we're talking about. The way that young adult books kind of are just full of fanfare and just like over the top, like trying to write over the top swoony like MMCs and whatnot, that they completely forget the writing and the plot, and it's just bad. I used to be able to forgive that in my early 20s. I can't do that anymore, so Miss T. Kingfisher has been my go-to. And so far, this is the fourth book. This is the fourth book in the series, and the most recent one. It follows a group of paladins who have lost their god. Their god died. I'm not sure how a god dies, and they don't know how the god died, but they kind of like went off the deep end and started like murdering up people. They were kind of in the throes of what was going on, and a lot of them did not make it, and the ones that are left are very broken and trying to find their way. They were taken in by another god's like temple, but they're all very, very broken, and they've each had like these super slow burn, kind of like soft romances amidst these very creepy fantasy plots. Like, these books are slightly disturbing, but also cozy, and I don't know how she does that. But that's what they are. And this one is Shane's book. We've seen Shane slightly in the previous, like, 3 books, but I don't really, like, remember him. And it's Shane and Marguerite from the first book. I will not spoil it, but Marguerite is, the FMC Grace's friend in the first book, and she kind of, like, saves her and then runs off. Marguerite is a spy. Nobody really even knows her real identity or her real name, but she, like, helps Grace and, like, kind of, like, runs off to her next mission, and we have not seen her. So now Marguerite's back in the picture, and that I don't really even know too much. I don't think she gave too much away in the synopsis. I know I'm gonna love it, because I have been giving all the other books, like, 4 and 5 stars. I know I'm going to love it. I know that the plot is going to be solid, the writing is going to be solid, and the romance is going to be cute. So, what else is there to say? We have 2 books left. The 6th book is Speakeasy by Serena Bowen. Miss Serena Bowen is becoming one of my favorite authors. She's definitely one of my most read. She has a lot of books in her backlist, and multiple series that are kind of interconnected and overlap, so it kind of makes it confusing when reading. So I've just been sadly hopping around without trying to. Like, I'm trying to go in order, but I'm not sure the order. If there's a list that anybody can recommend me, but yeah, Speakeasy by Serena Bowen. This is the 5th in her True North series. And it's Zara from the last book's older brother, Alec. Now, I accidentally read the first book in the next series. Not accidentally read it, but I did not know that it was like in the same town with the same characters in the next series. Good as Gold is the name of the title. I just read it. I'm not sure what the name of the series is, but yeah, I did not know that it was going to be like a continuation. It's another one of Zara's brothers. So I've seen Alec, and the FMC's name is May. I've seen them in that book, but I don't know their story, so I'm going back now to read it. And this is a rival's little sister. Alec owns a bar, and there's a lot of like bars they have in their small like Vermont town. It's very much a touristy town. There's skiing and whatever. And it's, yeah, rival sister. That's all I know. I'm sure I am going to love it. I gave Good as Gold 4 stars. I gave it 4.25 stars. So yeah, I mostly tend to enjoy Serena Bowen's books. There are some of them that are kind of more than others, but none of them are just super duper bad. I think the lowest I ever gave was from her first series. I gave that first book like a 3.25. But I mean, like, she has, of course, has grown. I have loved pretty much everything else. So I have faith in this one. And the last book is The Dixon Rule by L. Kennedy. Hold on, let me take a sip of water. The Dixon Rule by L. Kennedy. Now, I've also read a lot of L. Kennedy. Serena Bow and L. Kennedy have written together. They've written a series. I tried to read that. I didn't like it. I think it's more L. Kennedy than Serena Bowen, because L. Kennedy's way more hit or miss for me. I read the original Off-Campus series and the Briar U series, and I wasn't too fond. Like, I didn't really like too much the Briar U books, and there's really two books from the Off-Campus series that I really enjoyed. The Deal is actually one of my favorite books ever. Has one of my kind of favorite, like, romance dynamics. Like, I love, like, a dude bro with depth. Like, a kind of, like, frat, kind of dude-ish guy. A guy's guy. And then you find out, like, there's so much more on the surface. Like, I love that, and that's what Gary Graham is. And, of course, I love a heroine with a backstory who has to overcome stuff. Also really good. One of my favorites. And then this is the OG book cover, but the score. I tabbed this. I want to get the newer cover, but yeah, the score. This was these books. Love this. The other kind of books were just meant for me. But this last series that she's been doing, the next gen of these characters, has been my jam. I really liked the Graham Effect. Really liked it. Almost a 5-star. That end part was for me, but almost a 5-star. So I have high hopes for the Dixon Rule. This one is a fake dating dislike to love. This is Diana from the first book. Diana from the first book, Gigi's friend, and then Shane from the hockey team. And she already didn't like him because he's been sleeping. She's the head cheerleader. He's been sleeping with all her teammates and causing drama and distracting the girls. So he was already on her, ish list. So she already didn't like him, and now he's moving into her building. So they have to see each other all the time. But they soon realize that they can help each other in a fake dating type situation. He's been avoiding his ex, and he's also been avoiding all the girls he's slept with before who are angry with him. So to get them off his back, they're like, hey, be my girlfriend, or pretend to be my girlfriend. To kind of keep them off her back. And we've seen Diana start a relationship in the last book with a guy who was not great. Like, we already see hints of him not being great. I'm pretty sure the relationship has turned abusive, and he will not leave her alone. So that is also reason for her to be like, hey, like, maybe if you fake be my girlfriend, he will go away. And I am ready for the drama. I hope she did really good with this one. I will be disappointed if not, because I have high hopes. So yeah, those are all 7 books that are on my TBR for May. I feel like it's kind of ambitious. I have not been doing like 6, 7 consistently these months so far. But I feel like I've just gotten back in the swing of things, and my reading has been good, and I can do it. I'm starting to lose the light. The sun is moving, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining me, and subscribe. Bye.